What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Purple and Goals Bars channel. I am your host, Supreme Overlord, aka Mr. AI Man 3000, aka Mr. Purple and Gold Bars, at your service. You've reached the best spot for optimistic, outside of the box thinking, giving you a different perspective to battle the negativity that we see online today. Now, I got a great live for you today. We got a guest upcoming on the show. Last week, I stumbled into a great podcast, Real to Sport podcast, and I met some great guys. And so we're going to talk to their resident Minnesota Vikings fan. His name is Q Dog. So let me get him on the screen and, say welcome, guys.
Hey, what's going on? I want to thank you, Purple Gold Ball, for having me on today as a representative of the Real to Sports podcast. I am a true Minnesota Viking fan. I've been a Minnesota Viking fan since 1989. I got some long horns on me now. I'll tell you that right now. So I want y'all out there who's coming on to this podcast, and I love this. I love the scenery, the purple and gold. I want y'all to keep the faith. I got some things I want to tell y'all to keep y'all hyped up, to keep y'all in tune of this long season that we're about to have. We done been through some bumps and bruises, but I think things is about to turn around for our organization, baby. It's going to be on the bright side. I promise you that.
That's awesome. I love to hear it, man. First and foremost, guy, before we get started, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. We are on the road to 500 subscribers, and I'm hoping that we can get there by the end of the calendar year. Also, please head over to Real 2 Sports Podcast and subscribe to them. They're one of the best spot on YouTube for lively roundtable discussions, genuine opinions, and expert analysis and debate. They cover the NBA, the NFL, and WWE. I'm telling you, you will not regret subscribing. I had an incredible time last week on their Saturday Live, and I can't wait for this upcoming Saturday to join them and talk football. So please, I got their YouTube channel here constantly streaming or on the bottom there. So please head over there when you can and subscribe because you won't be disappointed. All right, Q Dog, let's get right into it. I wanna start by asking you what your perspective of the team was going into the season and your expectations as well.
Oh man, last year we had a wonderful run with Sam Darnold, and we turned him into a superstar, and he was able to go get the bag playing under Kevin O'Connell's system and with the talented Justin Jefferson and this offense. What we failed at was that we just could not protect him like we wanted to, and our interior offensive line, that was our Achilles heel, and so we knew that going into this season we had to beef up on our interior and offensive line. We went out there and we got Jonathan Hargrave and we got Jonathan Allen. Paid big money for him, but I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed. They haven't lived up to their expectation. These are things that you take chances on people who are past 30, thinking that, seeing they still got some, you kick the tires on them and see if they got still some juice in the tank. We haven't seen the best bang for our buck. It's still early yet, but I'm still going to hold out on those guys. This season has been kind of rough. The injury bug has came in and bit us very hard. I mean, we dropping like flies, left and right. But one thing I can say about this organization, I always tell people all the time. I say one thing I know about my Viking team is that you might beat us, but you're gonna have to fight to get it. This is a fighting team, And so we kind of lead the league in 1-point scores. I think it's like 11-1 in 1-point scores. So I'm getting tired of those 1-point scores, but it is what it is. And so I have to live with it. And so my expectation going forward is that we in this bye week, we get all out, we get the band back together, playing together. And we throw J.J. McCarthy in there, throw him back in there because we can't put him back on the shelf. He's our franchise quarterback. We can't put him back on the shelf. We got to get him more reps and can't get no reps unless he's in the game. We can't do that because we put him back on the shelf. That means we don't believe in him. Can't do that. So That being fourth, we got our next 5 games with the Eagles, the Chargers on Thursday night, Detroit on the road, and Baltimore Ravens coming home. Man, I tell you what, if we can swing them forward, that's the toughest part of our schedule. We're gonna be looking good. But I do know my boys are gonna fight. I do know that. I can't say that we're gonna ace all them wins, but we're gonna fight. We're gonna be in every last one of them games because that's what we do. We'll fourth quarter is our quarter. No matter what we be going through, some kind of way, we come together. I wish they would do it all 4 quarters, but that's just how they are sometimes. This team moves kind of slow. First, I hate to see them in the first quarter and second quarter. They get down in the second half, whatever. They stay within grip. Then Kevin McConnell goes in there and make that amazing speech. I don't know what he said on halftime, but they come back. It's a different Minnesota squad. So, but if we can get past those 4 games, my expectation, and I'm not saying we're Super Bowl, but I think we're Super Bowl ready. I think we got a lot of talented players on that team. And I think we just need to get our boy Jordan Addison straight. I mean, he's a young kid, and he's just hard-headed, man. You got children, and you're raising a child or something. You got one or two to make it, but there's always that one. He just hard. He's just gonna defy the odds some kind of way. And I think Jordan Addison is that kid, man. But the boy's blessed with all kinds of talent, man. I mean, he's a touchdown machine maker, and we can't. We just got to deal with that, man, because that boy he produce on that field now. I'm gonna tell you that right now. He gonna produce. Absolutely. So we'll work on that. That's not no really biggie. But like I say, we get some players together. I know that I think we'll get in the play. We will get in the playoff. Was a wild card or not? But how far we go, that depends. I think our running game and our defense is going to carry us. That's what I feel.
Absolutely. Well said. I really liked a lot of the things that you touched on there. I feel very similar in the way that I feel like whether or not we have, if heaven forbid JJ goes down and we have to roll with Wentz, or we roll the entire way with JJ, this team has that fight. We're always going to be in games. We're always going to be within strike to at least try to get the win.
Yes, sir.
I just think we're going to get enough wins to sneak into the playoffs. And if we can get at least one playoff game experience for JJ, I think it's going to be massive for his development going forward, which I think that me and you are both on the same page for that.
Yes, sir. I really feel like JJ has it. He showed it in that Chicago game in the fourth quarter. He has a scowl on his face. He's a winner. He's been a winner everywhere he's been, ever since high school, college. He's been a championship. He won championship. That man knows how to win. Things he says, and I like when he was in the huddle when he was down in Chicago and he got in the huddle. They say he came told the guys in the huddle and say, "Is there any other place you'd rather be?"
Ooh, when I heard that, I got so fired up, bro. Yeah, I was like, right. Oh my God, he's in.
And Aaron Jones like, right here, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like he has a way, then sideline with Justin Jefferson, and that things were going rough. He said, come on. He said, we're going to get it. He told Justin Jefferson, he said, don't quit on me now. How you gonna tell Justin Jefferson don't quit? Huh?
Right?
How you tell Justin Jefferson? Justin Jefferson said, you ain't got to tell me. But that's what he is. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He puts things on his back as a leader. That's just his DNA, man. And between his ears, man, he got championship DNA. And people going to see that about that young man. I hate he got hurt, but he's going to come back. We're going to throw him back in the fire, and they're going to see. But all the pieces come back together. Our O-line, well, the center, I forget his name. The
Blake
one that's
Randall?
out.
The one that's out, Jurgens or Ryan Kelly. Ryan Kelly, yeah.
Ryan Kelly, man. Quasi took a chance on him, knowing that he had 2 concussions. Now he has 2 more. With that position, hiking the ball, your head is always in the way. You know what I'm saying? And so your head is, so you're getting slapped and all that stuff like that. And from what I heard, they got a mechanism in that goes off and for a concussion and sends you to the blue tent. That's what a friend of mine told me. I didn't know that. But at the same time, I think this man might be contemplating retirement. So, but we had a ram in the bush, though, last week. Blake Brandon. He came in, first time playing center. He did pretty good, man. He did pretty good, man. And he's versatile. He's a versatile lineman. And so you can move him around in different positions for other players out. And it's just an amazing fact that I think that Christian Darrisaw has on all those linemen. Christian Darrisaw is the best left tackle in the league, bar none.
Absolutely.
He shut down Myles Garrett. Shut him down.
He's a premier eraser, I like to say. Like when
eraser.
he's out there, he erases what some of these guys can do on his side.
Can I get around him? He moves, his feet are smooth, he moves, and he blocks out the sun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love it.
I like him, man. I like Garrett. I like Darrisaw.
That's awesome.
All pro.
Let me take one moment here to get caught up with the chat here. Okay. We got a bunch of people coming in here. We got MJ Rames.
Right, come on in, fellas. Come on in. Skull.
Two-toned, Skull for Life Barber. We got the Real Two Sports podcast in here, the host.
My boys, yeah. Yes, sir.
Skycap Cyan. We have Vic Ryder. We got some of the pillars of our community here. We got Lefty, Vic Ryder. I love seeing you guys here. These guys show out and they love talking Minnesota Vikings. So absolutely awesome to see what you guys here. And thank you so much for joining us and joining us for this guest that we have here. He's wise. He's spitting facts for you guys. So I'm sure you guys are sick and tired. I'm sure you guys are sick and tired of hearing my point of view sometimes. So I thought it'd be a great opportunity for us to hear from someone wiser and that's been around a little bit longer than me and you.
I hear you.
There we go. And then we're almost to 200. Thank goodness. Thank you guys for joining. And I want to, I think you've touched a little bit on your thoughts on JJ McCarthy before the season and after, so I don't think we have to go too much about that. I want to switch it up a little bit to some of the trending topics, especially the ones that are kind of, thrown around by our kind of like purple and gold like content creator group. First and foremost, what do you think of KOC, prior to him getting hired and how he's evolved over the time since he's been here with us?
Oh, man, KOC is a good man. He's a smart, intelligent man. KOC knows offense. You can remember when he played with the Rams, he got that Cooper Kupp, that MVP season when he went over 100 catches. He put him in all the right positions, to run the route tree, to get open. He always was open. I really feel KOC, his play calling sometimes worries me. And what I want to say is that the biggest part of his play calling is that he likes those play action plays that take long to develop, and we don't have the kind of line to block for that type of play, those plays, and that's why we get sacked so many times, because it takes so long for those players to come in, to get out of that route, to get open for the quarterback to deliver that ball, and so, but he loves those, but inside the 20. That's where Kevin O'Connell fails a lot. He fails a lot. He fails a lot. He do things sometimes that just make me scratch my head, and I'm looking at it like, man, we got to punch this ball in. We can't be selling for field goals all the time. But it seems like when he get inside that 20, his playbook is limited. Like he just do like dumb plays where you allow their defensive line to get to us quickly. You got Justin Jefferson, the best receiver in the league. Isolate the man one-on-one. He's a jump ball receiver. Throw that ball up there so where he can just only get it and nobody else. I don't see that much out of him. Mm-hmm. I don't see them. And then use him as a decoy. Move him in motion. Fake the ball to him. As you see, he's going to draw players to him. Justin Jefferson's going to draw 3 or 4 players to him. Use him as a decoy down in there. But he has to get more creative inside that red zone. And I just think Kevin O'Connor, he's real loyal to the players. Like
Mm.
Aaron Jones been out,
Okay.
okay, and Aaron Jones has been hurt. He has a history of being injury prone. Now, Aaron Jones, when he get healthy, do you put him back at RB1 or you keep Mason? No, the hell you don't. But he is so loyal to these players, though. That's how he can't get past that. He can't get past that. His loyalty, and if he switched that back off, man, I don't know what to say about KOC. You have to keep Mason. You have to keep. You want a power running game? Keep the ball in Mason's hand.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in his hand. You know, I like that boy that comes after him, Scott. I like that. I like him because he's an extra season and he's tough. You get them boys back in the backfield together, they pound that ball, wear that defense out. You know, Aaron Jones is good too. Aaron Jones, 9 times out of 10, when he get tackled, he's right near or over the first down marker. I like that about him. But I like him out of the backfield catching because he's a nightmare matchup with linebackers. He's proven that. He caught touchdowns and everything. But I just really feel KOC, you know, I think he just needs to be more hard and just a little cold. Stop trying to be so. I like what he did with Addison. You know what I'm saying? He sat him out for the first quarter for not participating in team walkthroughs, and that's what you need. You can't have special players doing what they want to do, and then other players will follow suit and think they can do what they want to do. You have to send a message to the team, and I like what he did that. But I think he one of the smartest coaches in the league. But when he faces daddy, Sean McVay, he looked like a deer in headlights.
Absolutely.
And I hate playing Sean McVay. I hate playing because he crafty. Sean McVay crafty, man. And that's another team you have to play to the end. Because Sean McVay can come up with some plays. I like where he designed plays where they might be down, and he'll design a play to get a first down or something, or get some touchdown and put his team back in the game. He good at that.
Absolutely.
He good at that. Sean McVay good at that. But when Kevin O'Connor faces daddy, he don't know how to win against his dad. But he gonna have to overcome it. Now he got to tell his daddy, nah, baby, nah, daddy, I'm taking over now. Stop looking at that man like he's your dad. I can tell you when he look at him sometimes. Like he fear him.
Sometimes, yeah, I wish he would just kind of let go of that fear and just kind of be his own man at times.
Yeah,
like I get
yeah.
we've learned some of that aspect of kind of like always staying in games and always finding a way to at least have a shot to win the game at the very end, especially in the fourth quarter. I think that comes from Sean McVay himself. But like you say, Sean McVay knows him and he's taught him all those little tricks. So he sees what he's going to do before he does it. So KOC's got to come up with something, man. And you know what? Your point when it comes to his loyalty to the players, I never thought about it like that, you know, because his play calling in year one, I hadn't started my channel yet, so that was the year where I screamed the most at the TV and just lost it, right? You know, in the red zone, sometimes he the way that I describe it is like he gets this grin on his face and he's like, you just know at that moment he's going to try something stupid or he's going to try to force something crazy, and then we either stall out and you have to kick a field goal or we take a massive sack and it just becomes terrible, and he just gets too ahead of himself. And the way that you put it, I was like, you know what, that's right, because at the beginning of the season when Aaron Jones wasn't injured, they were doing this one drive for Jones and then one drive for Mason and then back and forth because he's got too much respect for each one of his players. And sometimes, like, I agree with you, he's got to let that go and say, you know what, we better just call whatever it is. And you know, if this game isn't your game where you're going to get a bunch of touches or targets, you're going to have to deal with it. And we're going to go with the game plan. And I agree with you. Another aspect that I know you kind of hit spot on to what we've been complaining about and talking about in the Purple and Gold Network here, the group that we got. Yeah, absolutely. You hit it spot on, man. I really, really insightful, man.
Yeah, I want to touch on that a little bit more. I just really feel like, you know, he has to give the RB1 to Mason. He's younger, he's stronger, and you know, and Aaron Jones is a veteran, man. I mean, he understands that. He wouldn't have no hard feelings if he's not the RB1 no more. So, you know, I just really feel that, you know, he needs to do that. We also need to bench Ivan Pace Jr. We have to bench
Oh,
him. Oh, he's just
he is definitely a
he's showing the
contentious
reason
point
why
in our group.
he didn't get drafted. He
Mhm.
didn't. He's a heat-seeking missile. Don't get me wrong, but he can't cover. He little. He getting pushed over by the lineman. We need to put when
Mhm.
Blake Cashman come back. Put Wilson beside him. You got two big
Oh,
linebackers.
I
Put
think Wilson has
Wilson
proved
beside
it.
him. Wilson is doing his
Absolutely.
thing.
Mhm.
Wilson he's just a playmaker. We need to put playmakers in there. You know, that what makes your team better when you got playmakers. They make plays. You know,
Absolutely.
that's what a playmaker is. You know, we got
Mhm.
Jefferson, he make plays. Addison make plays. TJ Hawkinson, he make plays. They make plays in Isaiah Rodgers, the cornerback. We got the free agency, the Isaiah Rodgers, number 2. He make plays. He's a playmaker.
Absolutely.
You know? Yeah.
I've been saying the one thing that I've been saying about Pace is like I like to give our players the benefit of the doubt, and with him it's really hard because when we don't have a leader and he's got to have the green dot or have responsibility of thinking, he's not great at all. But when Cashman's out there, when Hitman Harry's out there, and they're the ones calling out everything, and he just reacts to what their advice is, he can be really, really good, and he plays at a really high level then. But we're injured with those guys. Cashman ain't out there telling him what to do, so we see him messing up all the time, man.
Right.
And
right.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah, it's
1,000%.
like Cashman holding his hand and guiding him like a child. And but I'm telling you, just like the guy right here just say, if Wilson continues to play, we're gonna lose our comp. Though don't worry about that composition pick. This man right here, Wilson, is a playmaker, man. When you put that man in, he makes plays. When you cannot put nobody like that on the bench. Just like when they did Harrison Phillips, when they cut Harrison Phillips, and everybody like, why they cut him? Jalen Redmond was a bowler. Number 61. He's a baller. You cannot keep talent like that on the bench. And they knew that. They knew that, man. That man is too good to keep on the bench. And he's showing it.
Redmond has definitely
you
showed me something this year.
you got playmakers. Playmakers are not good on the bench. They're good on the field. They make plays. It's just that simple.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So when you got playmakers, play them, man. Don't sit them on the bottom. Don't take Wilson out, man. Keep that man in. I would say Pace Jr., you got to hit the pine, man. You put him on a 3rd and 18 or something like that. Don't let him be a regular starter, man. We got to stop this run. We got to stop this run. We got to bring in Levi Drake Rodriguez. We got then we got Redmond, and then we got another guy,
Ingram Dawkins.
Yeah. We need to bring these guys in, man, because Hargrave and Jonathan Allen, man, they're not run blocks. They're not run stoppers. They're just pass rushers. Flores need to change it, and we need to stop getting gassed by this run. It's killing us.
Absolutely. You know, like I've been saying this week too, and especially after my assessment of the Browns game, and it's like, like when it comes to, I think we definitely sacrificed run stopping for pass rush and then pass coverage, because it's definitely a weakness, and it's not for a lack of trying. These guys are trying to stop the run. They just don't have that specific skill set, and we've just lost it. You know, Harrison Smith used to be a decent run stopper, right? And we've just kind of moved on from guys that used to do that really well. And so and we also have some guys like Cashman that are out, Van Ginkel that are out, that also help in that aspect too, right? Yeah. So it is it hurts to see.
We're really missing Van Ginkel, man. That guy, he got a neck injury. Yeah. And so man, them things right there. That's why he didn't practice all summer. And when he came back, he only had like so many plays against Cincinnati. You know, and he's a physical tackler and stuff like that. So you got to be careful with that neck, and don't want him to further that thing even worse or get paralyzed or anything. But that neck is something else, man. And I hope he play next week. But I don't want him to put his health on the line. So we'll see. But we'll get Cashman back and a couple of our offensive linemen back. We'll get Donovan Hill be back. And what's 75? I get his name.
O'Neal. Brian O'Neal.
Brian O'Neal, he'll be back. And so we're trying to get the line to play together. But once Darrisaw is in there, everybody plays better. Some kind of way. It's just something about Darrisaw that I don't know what he does that make he brings out the best in everybody, man. Yeah, I guess he's taking on a bigger role that they don't have to be as big as he is. So, and their talent can show out better. I know when Blake Brandel was beside Darisaw, he showed out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but then when Darisaw went out, and
he struggled.
He struggled.
That's why I call him the ultimate eraser, right? Like he kind of erases all the fear and like the bad play from the rest of the team because they're just so confident on that side that they don't have to worry about it. So they can just focus on their side and everything else. And they just know that he's going to be showing out and they don't have to worry. And it just kind of elevates everybody else just with the confidence that he breathes in his demeanor and just the confidence that he shows in the huddle and amongst his teammates, right? So that's why to me he's like the ultimate eraser, and I love having him, and I'm glad that he's back in the fray and whatnot. And then to touch back on Van Ginkel, yeah, I really don't want him to sacrifice his health to come back out and just for just whatever reason, you know what I mean? If he's healthy and he's ready to come back, that's exactly what I want too, because his intuition on the screen pass game is incredible. And when he's out there, the other offensive coordinators are definitely weary on when to call those screen passes.
Screen pass, they're working. He's smart. He can jump them screens. He's smart.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times he baits you into them. He baits you into those screens.
Absolutely. What do you think of Dallas Turner and from year one and now into year two?
From year one, I think he was just Brian Flores knew that he had the talent, but we had Gink and we had Jonathan Grenard. And so that was out there producing. Both of them had 12 sacks. And so they were producing all years long. And so, I like that comment he just said. But my thing is that Dallas Turner, he needs to get smarter. Because when you play with Brian Flores defense, it's not all about talent, but being smart with your talent. Mm-hmm. And he's doing a few things here and there, but he's not being a dominant dog. Now he ain't got to that dog aspect like he was when he was in Alabama. He ain't got on that level yet. He hasn't got on that level, but it's there. But we're gonna have to figure out when it's gonna come along. He had that bonehead penalty the other way that cost us. He got to stop that.
He also was the main reason we also got a 3-and-out as well that last week as well. So he's showing some flashes, but you're right, he is struggling in other areas too.
Yeah, he's struggling in other areas. He had to be more mature in his penalties and his and whatever he costing the team. But I think this young man, he's still young like JJ McCarthy, and so it's the growing pains you get with these young cats when they come in. Some players can come in and can be just NFL ready. They're just like they're born for it. They got the talent, but it's gonna take a little minute. I think that once he stays in this, he stayed with Jonathan Grenard, and yes, he was a beast in the SEC for the Alabama Crimson Tide. But he playing with the big boys now. So there's some things, and he playing with one of the best defensive coordinators in the league that wants you to do multiple things. You got to drop back in coverage, all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So the art of confusion that Brian Flores brings. So he need to continue to learn from Van Ginkel while he's on the sideline, learn from Grenard, and it will come. It will come. But he's starting to get his reps in.
For sure.
So he's starting to get his reps in, and we'll see. It's a guy that we have on our podcast, but on our roster. I don't know if you paid attention. Elijah Williams. He came from Morgan State, and and he is on the level of Redmond. He's on that level. Yeah, he's a beast on that line. He broke all the Morgan State records, so he's on our team. But he caught a hamstring in the preseason.
Okay.
So I'm wondering when he gets healthy. Elijah Williams, pay him attention, number 99. Watch that man. Because when they get him in there, that man know how to move along that line. You can't move him. And he runs through that, and he gets to that ball. Ball carrier quarterback. He know how to slide. He plays just like Redmond. Two together.
Hey.
Yeah. Number
you
99.
guys heard it here first, guys. I totally He's
Elijah
definitely
Williams.
something I oversaw for
Yeah, pay
sure.
attention to
Thank
him.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you. That's
yeah,
wild.
yeah. I had he count that hamstring, them things,
Mhm.
they team the lingo. So he been out for 5 weeks with it now. Usually lasts about 7 weeks. Those
Okay.
hamstrings, yeah,
Yeah,
they funny acting. You know what I'm saying? And
for
I
sure.
don't like no players get hamstrings or ACLs. I don't like them get that. Any other injury they can deal with, but hamstrings and ACL, I want to
They
see you play.
linger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. At least be out
exactly.
1 or 2 games, not 5, 6, 7 games. No, that hurts your team. But Elijah Williams, play at number 99. Y'all in the podcast, y'all in the live chat, y'all real Viking fans, check out number 99 when he get back. The dog told you about him now. I'm telling you.
Let's go. I love it. I love it, man. Thank you so much for that insight. I love it. To touch back a little bit on Dallas Turner, I think I've been saying that if Dallas Turner had been drafted by like the Broncos or kind of like a more standard defense, he
Yeah.
probably would have been producing a lot faster.
Mm-hmm.
Like the thing is that he had to become a Brian Flores guy first.
Right.
That's why it took him so long in last season before he started getting reps because
Right.
Brian Flores has to have the confidence in you to be able to do what he asks of you, right?
Yes, sir.
And so that's why we didn't get him until late in the season. And now he's been getting reps every game, right? So I think he's slowly evolving into a Brian Flores guy. And I think once he gets that and once that clicks in his head, I think we're gonna see that's when we're gonna see the Dallas Turner that we expected right out of the gate. You know what I mean?
Right. I got what you're saying. And that might happen in the
Absolutely.
latter part of the season. We
Mhm.
might see that Dallas Turner. It might click on like late October, early November. When he get his juices flowing.
Absolutely, absolutely. We got a couple awesome comments here. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. John's here, Skull. Like I named a bunch of you guys already. Eric in the house, New Mexico. A happy belated birthday to Raquel. Absolutely. Thank you for hanging out with us and enjoying this football talk. I want to you mentioned a little bit of Jordan Addison earlier. Now, he's had he's been a little bit under fire over the last couple days after missing that walkthrough, right? What like some people are kind of like ready to move on or for lack of a better way of saying like crucify the young man for being immature. And my stance on the matter is that you know I wasn't perfect going from maturity or immaturity to mature, so I'm not gonna cast any stones his direction for his immaturity and his stupidity, because like even now as an adult I let my immaturity get the better of me, so I'm definitely not going to criticize him for that. But what is your stance on, are you on that side, or are you more on the live and let him grow because of the talent that he is?
I'm on the live and let him grow because of the talent that he is. You got to look at the history of Jordan Allison. This man is a playmaker. He's the one that put Caleb Williams on the map. He's the one that put Kenny Pickett on the map from going from Pitt to Cal. He made those two quarterbacks. And so my thing is that, and we drafted him, and that's who I wanted. And the Real Sports Podcast, the host can tell you that year that we was going to the draft, and he said, "Who you want?" I said, "I want Jordan Addison." He said, "Boy, you must be in the." He said, "You must be in the Viking headquarters or something like that." I said, "I know what my team needs." And so that being said, that he's the perfect number two receiver to a number one in the league because he's a touchdown machine maker. He caught 9 touchdowns last year. And
Yeah.
if it wasn't for that trip when he came back, that the guy caught him at the 1 yard line against Pittsburgh, that was a touchdown, considered the other touchdown. And he caught the game winner last year. So he's a special talent. Last week, he's a special talent, man. And these little antics that he did, who ain't never drank a beer and maybe considered themselves drunk or whatever. We all done been there. He young. Okay. All right. Now he got the sightseeing over London and he wanted to just walk and do a little more instead of get too deep. He was just like, I'll get there when I get there. Okay, then we all done been there as young people. We do things like the parents say come in the house, we'll stay out a little later, then we get punched when we come in. We done been there. Okay, you just got to let this young man. He hard headed a little bit. He a little rock up there now. But when he get on that field, baby. He trouble.
Absolutely.
He trouble with a capital T.
I remember feeling extremely scared. I think it was 2 years ago when San Francisco came in on a winning streak. They were like on a 5 or 6 game winning streak, and Jettas was out. So
Yeah,
I was like, oh man, this is gonna be a rough game. They're such a strong team. There's like at the height of their hype, and all of a sudden he comes out with a massive game, and I was like, oh, this kid
yeah.
is good. And I've been in
Hey,
love with him ever since. I
yeah,
love what he does as a
yeah.
player for sure.
That dude, that dude, he's an excellent route runner. He got good hands, and he tough. The little as he is, you wouldn't think that about him. You
Hmm.
wouldn't think that about him. Little as he is, he's tough, man. He got all the pedigree. But I don't think I would think that what wouldn't make him a number one receiver. He's not tall enough.
Hmm.
That I hate the height. I hate to throw that height in there. But you
It,
look at Justin Jefferson. You look at Chase.
mhm.
Um, they say Saint Brown from the line is a number one, but he's not. He's just
Oh,
fast.
you heard it here first,
Yeah,
guys.
he's not. He's just fast. He's just fast. Most of
He's
your
so fast.
dog receivers, they tall, man.
Yeah,
You got to be able to get that jump ball. And I think that if he went somewhere and tried to be a number one receiver, I just think it wouldn't pan out. I think he good right there where he at. I think he need to realize that, and he just needs to. We're going to work with him, but I just hope he just doesn't do nothing major. You know,
absolutely. Yeah,
I just hope
that
he
at
don't
that
do nothing.
point,
I'm praying for him. And Justin Jefferson say I need to do better as far as him or whatever. But Justin Jefferson, I'm sorry to tell you, man, that's a grown man, bro. I mean,
he
he's
got
no kid, man.
he got to do it all himself. The
He
work's
gonna
there.
do what
Like,
he gonna do what he want to do. He just no matter how much the coaching staff get on him, you want to watch him private eye, whatever. The man, a man is gonna do what he want to do, man. If that man feel like he gonna do it, he gonna do it. I just hope he just don't do it, and
the
just be
one
more
thing.
serious about winning with this team. You
Mhm.
know, but he knows that when he on that field, he knows, you know what I'm saying, he got to look things on his shoulder. He knows that he's a special talent when he on that field, and can't too many people do anything about him. And so
Mhm.
I just think that you know, if he does anything more, you can't help but get rid of him.
Yeah, of course.
If he's stuck, he can't be
Yeah,
detrimental to the team now.
absolutely,
That can't happen.
absolutely.
That can't
You know,
happen.
earlier I talked about it on my live, just kind of brief talking about the controversy and whatnot, and I said, like, I'm not gonna judge him for it, but like I ever since that happened, a lot of people have been actually giving out some good reasonings to why to move on. So like I'm open to, like, if it's a financial thing or something like that, fiscally responsible is going to make the team better. If we need to get a run stopper or a offensive lineman in the offseason or whatever, I can understand that rationale. But just because he's a little bit immature and he's not growing like that, I feel like it's a little bit too soon. Like the example that I gave was like Ray Lewis, right? What if the Ravens had given up on him, and he was a lot older than Jordan Addison was when he messed up really bad, and they gave him a second chance and they allowed him to redeem himself, right? And now
Mhm.
he's out there, talking to the younger generations and telling them to kind of, stay out of it and not make the same mistakes he did, right? So they gave him the grace to allow himself to redeem himself, and I'm hoping that the Vikings do the same. But like you said, if it keeps getting bad and he does something even worse, at that point, like, bro, like, you've kind of made your own bed and you're gonna have to lie with it. And I totally agree.
Yeah. These things, you know, you just kind of, like, you know, we basically got some kids on this team, you know, like with him
Mhm.
and Dallas Turner and JJ McCarthy. He's the youngest quarterback in the league. And so, you know, we got to understand that, you know, we're going to have a little patience with these guys. They talented as all outdoors. You know what I'm saying? They talent is see a lot of players, but we just gotta you just gotta just give them a chance and just let them get that stuff out of them. Let them
Mhm.
get them out of them. You know what I'm saying? And you know, hopefully he can be the all pro like Justin Jefferson, and just
Mhm.
to go out there and just let the talent alone and stay out of trouble and do things the right way. And I hope in being up under Justin Jefferson that it clicks. And I mean, he with the right person, you know,
Absolutely.
just like we had Randy Moss with Chris Carter. Same scenario, you know.
Hey.
Yeah, same
Mhm.
scenario. You know what I'm saying? Chris Carter put him on his ring and trained him and showed him how to be a pro on and off the field. I mean, but Randy Moss had his antics now. He
Yes,
had
he
his antics, you know, squeezing the water bottle on the rail. pulling down the mooning people and all that. I mean, it got that when that moon, that guy our owner, Red McCombs, man, got him up out of there. See these antics, man. You know, you gotta stop them, man, because it's detrimental to the team. They're not going to let that happen to the team, man, because
Absolutely.
if other players start to do these things like that, what can you say? You can't say nothing. You're letting your star player do it.
It becomes a problem where everybody's going to start,
Right. They can't
you
say,
know,
well,
it's
you let him do it, so what you mean?
absolutely.
Right.
Real quick, let me catch up here a little bit with the chat. We got a bunch of real ones in here. We got D Woods in the house, Goal State of Mind, another one of our core group here. Yogi's in the house. We have King Williams 3D. Yeah, everybody's doing a great job of our crew, welcoming everybody and just being supportive. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Don't forget to go to Real to Sports Podcast and subscribe to them as well. One of the best places on YouTube for quality NBA, NFL, WWE discussions, debates,
Yes,
things
sir.
like that. Great football talk, just sports talk in general. Great guys over there. So please head over there and subscribe. I'll be on their podcast on Saturday at 7 with you guys, chopping it up. So definitely head out over there, guys. I really appreciate all you guys for tapping in. And yeah, thank you so much. Now, you talked a little bit about the O-line, Q-Dog. What are your thoughts on our O-line coach, Chris Cooper?
I think they need to fire him. Mm-hmm. I think Kevin O'Connor got a soft spot for him, but he supposed to been there fired that man. Because I'm gonna give you a reason why. Garrett Bradbury and Ingram, they're out there on different teams, and they have one of the best PFF rating in the league. So if you take those two players that was on our team that had potential and couldn't do nothing, and they go somewhere else, and now they're lighting the league up on fire, it's got to point back to Chris Cooper. He can't get nothing out of these players, man. He can't.
Absolutely.
And I think Kevin O'Connor, man, he need to walk him out the door right now. But he won't. But he won't do it. Yeah. He won't do it. But I'm gonna tell you something else. What I meant to say, you might not bring it up, but I meant to say, Kevin O'Connor, he ain't gonna never do it because he got too much pride. But he need to give up that play calling. He need to give it up. He need to get him a good offensive coordinator and a good veteran coordinator that has a plan A, a plan B, C, D, E, and F. Kevin O'Connor only has a plan A and B. That's it. Once them destroyed, he lost.
Absolutely.
He lost. But he won't do it. He will not, because he figure I'm the man. I'm smart. Kevin O'Connor, man, I got much respect for you, man. But you got to get that play calling up, bro. And we're gonna make it to the promised land. You got to get it to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
But they ain't gonna do it. But you're gonna see how it's gonna affect him with his only playing A and B. He don't have a C, D, E, or F. But Chris Cooper, he should have been to cut his head off. Put the guillotine on him. He put the been rolling.
You are definitely echoing a lot of our sentiments over here. The one there's been a couple good pushbacks to not to fire him mid-season because it could, throw some things sideways. Mine was like, if you're not going to fire him because it's the middle of the season, get rid of him in the offseason. At the very least, bring somebody else in that's like an offensive line coach with a different philosophy. Yep. That way they can just kind of back and forth and through that, both minds battling it out, we can get better production or better game planning in the O-line. And yeah, you've definitely hit it right on the head when it comes to our crew and what their thoughts on KOC's play calling. The one thing that I've been saying is I've been reframing. I'm going to be totally honest with criticizing him, because I remember when his play calling was really, really bad in year 1 and year 2. And he's continued to improve over the years. So and I think it comes from my background in training employees in the corporate world, as well as when I was a personal trainer, is that whenever I see improvement in someone, I don't dog them and I don't try to discourage them or try to get them to produce faster or learn faster or grow faster, because I've made that mistake before and I've ruined clients and trainees. And so that's where my kind of thing is like, well, he keeps getting better, but it's getting to the point where we're in year 4 now. And if he's if he's going to continue to grow this slowly, I agree with you. You got to bring in an OC that's got a proven track record in play calling. Absolutely, great point.
Yeah,
And then
we need that, man, because we're only gonna go far on offense as our offensive line go, man. Uh,
absolutely,
and two things we gotta do: we gotta prove that offensive line, the weapons are there. I'm not worried about the weapons; they're there. We're gonna move that ball, but these sacks got to come down, and we got to stop letting them gash in that run game. So we got to get some boys up front that's gonna bring that run down, and also we need to get an offensive line. We need to get them boys together and play together and solidify this. And somebody that's gonna bring it up. But Chris Cooper ain't the man. He got the damn. I'm so frustrated with him. And then just the fact that you see other players like Bradbury and Ingram go somewhere and be top of the league in the PFF upgrade. That's crazy. So that points, the fingers point back at Cooper.
Absolutely.
They point right back at you, man. You couldn't get the best out of them. We tried our best to work with Ingram. We tried our best, man. Man,
I was an Ingram apologist last year. Like, I'm like, hey, you know what? He sucks sometimes, but when it counts, he can give just enough time for Sam to get the ball out or at least scramble. So it's like, it's almost the same as if he did good in the play, but you can only justify it for so long. And then this year, right? I know it's still a little bit of a small sample size, but if it continues in this trajectory, both of those guys are going to be really, really good when it comes to their overall grade, right? And last year I was like, hey guys, remember the year before we criticized Bradbury for being undersized, and then in the offseason he went and put on like 30-40 pounds. Like, he is showing that he wants to be here and he wants to do the things that is asked of him. He's just, he just couldn't do it, and now we know that it's most likely the development of Chris Cooper. And yeah, I think all of us are on that train of let's move on from Cooper and bring somebody more established or better.
Yeah,
different philosophy at the very least.
A more veteran offensive line coach that can make can bring out the potential in these players.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I want to move on. Let's start talking a little bit about the Browns game. First and foremost, what did you think about Blake Brandel against the Browns?
I think from his first time being a starter as a center, I think he did pretty good. I think he allowed maybe one pressure, maybe one sack or something like that. But overall, Brandel, man, I'm telling you, man, he did very good with that number one defense. That line right there, that Cleveland, that's the number one defense right there in the NFL. And he held his own pretty good, for someone who hasn't never played center, have to get the boys in line, snap count, and all that stuff that goes on with the center. I think he showed his versatility. That's why they kept him around, because he was so versatile. He could play many positions. But center, I did not know.
He may have found his new calling. It's only one game, but you never know, right? For sure. Now, what do you think of the whole game in general? Like how we were able to perform, or any of your insights from what you saw?
Well, that's just Viking football, man. Teams get up on us, they score. First half, I don't really like us to be a dominant. Like last year, we was with Brian Flores' defense. We beat teams 28-7 first half, stuff like that. None of that's not happening now. Teams are running on us now. So when they running on us, we can't keep them. When they start to run, then they start to get close to the end zone. They start to score more. Okay, that wasn't the case last year because we stopped the run. So that's why, and our offense was always been a scoring offense. So that's how we get up on teams. But somewhere down the line, the least defense will come in second. What I didn't like about the Cleveland game is that you got a rookie quarterback in there, and a short rookie quarterback, and Brian Flores didn't blitz him the way that we should have. We didn't bring enough heat.
Yeah.
So without us getting the proper penetration, like we missing Van Ginkel, Grenard out there doing the best he can, not getting home like that with 4, gave this young man opportunity to come out there and do things on us. And so, but the end, I like the way we played towards the end. Is that we played championship football? We played Viking football in the fourth quarter.
Mhm.
Especially on that drive, they came together, and the more they was moving the chains, the better they was fighting against the clock, and it was calm. Wentz. I don't say Sam Donald. Carson Wentz. He did his thing, man. He played with
Mhm.
pause and his experience kicked in. He's a tough ass mother. He's a
Oh,
tough ass quarterback. He tough now. Yeah, it's gonna. He from North Dakota. He one of them tough boys, and so he played tough. And I think if it wasn't for his toughness, then he the one really wheeled us through the game at the end. He pluffed in the fourth quarter. So I was proud to see that we come back and we was able to throw that one to Addison in the end zone. And but I just think that, and I'm really proud because we played the number one defense, man. I thought that, man, we weren't gonna have a darling chance. I thought we weren't gonna score no more than 6 points. I really
I know. I
did.
remember we were talking
Yeah.
on your last week's live, and yeah, you guys were kind of everybody was like pretty low scoring predictions and whatnot. And I said, hey guys, like we're gonna win this. We got
Right.
and it turned out to be the case. But yeah, no, I absolutely agree. We got a bit of a funny question here for you. Do you feel bad that we didn't get Joe Flacco?
Oh no, man. I mean, no, because we was in on JJ McCarthy the whole time. We drafted him
Mhm.
to he was a first round pick at number 10. Through that injury that he had with the torn meniscus, he was able to put his face in the playbook more.
Absolutely.
And I hated that for him because a lot of the players in his draft class got a jump on him. They was able to get their reps and start, so he had to come. So we couldn't put him back on the shelf again, man. I mean, it didn't make no sense. Why would you draft him, have an injury, he goes on the shelf, and then the next season keep him on the shelf and bring in another veteran quarterback? We'll be going through the same cycles again.
Mhm.
And then you keep getting a veteran quarterback. You have to put that man in sometime. So yeah, that veteran quarterback, that experience, those guys with all those years don't work for us. So we went on and went with our franchise. He's our franchise quarterback, and that's the way it's going to be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I totally agree. Um, I was going to say, yeah, because there was I think a lot of talk before the season that Joe Flacco would have been a good choice for us to try to go for in free agency to back up JJ, right? But you
Right.
know what? I am very happy to have Carson Wentz as our backup. I hope that somebody doesn't try to pay him in the offseason after what he does this year for us, and he just sticks around and he's the backup for JJ because I
No,
I love
I
I
got
love
to
it.
stop. I got to stop you, purple gold
Okay.
bar. I got to stop you. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but that boy Max Brosman, the third string quarterback, the one we got Minnesota,
He's got potential.
boy,
Mhm.
he got it. You see that boy how he threw?
He
And
does
Kevin
throw a nice
O'Connell said,
ball.
you know what Kevin O'Connell said about him? He said he's the smartest quarterback I ever been around.
Ooh,
Oh,
I didn't hear that quote.
yeah. He said he's the smartest quarterback he
Wow.
ever been around. And that boy
Interesting.
got that same hunger in his eyes like JJ McCarthy. That boy chomping a bit to get out there. But we got
I
to pump the brakes on him. But when he was in preseason, boy, he throw that
He
ball
did
on the
great.
line.
Yeah, I was really excited to see it, and I kept
Yeah.
saying to myself, "Don't get too hyped up. It's only
Look,
against the thirds and the fourths, and all these guys aren't even going to be on a roster by the start of the season." So stop. I felt myself getting hyped up for him, me like, "Oh, this guy might be. We might have two good young quarterbacks to be able to
yeah,
have
we
a
do.
backup
We
young
do.
quarterback.
I'm telling you, we do. And I'm
It'll be
telling you,
nice.
he's gonna be the number 2. Next
That'll
year,
be
he's the
awesome.
number 2 backup. They ain't bringing no
There we
old
go.
man in there no more. He gonna be
Yeah.
he gonna be that boy right there. Him and JJ together, and now he's learning like JJ.
Mhm.
Okay, now I'm gonna tell you
Absolutely.
something about Kevin O'Connell. If you ain't got it, he get rid of just like he got rid of what's the guy we traded for? The one that played for the Washington Commander, but we shipped him out. Now he playing for the Eagles
Taylor
now.
Heineke.
Heineke.
Taylor
No,
Heineke.
not
Mhm.
Heineke. He's the star for the Redskins, Red Commanders.
Oh, oh my goodness. The
He
guy
was
that we
messing.
released right before we
Yeah,
signed.
he
Uh,
couldn't grasp the playbook. I forget his name.
Howell.
Yeah, Sam
Howell.
Howell.
Sam
Sam
Howell.
Howell.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Now I'm like, if you can't play for Kevin O'Connor, you can't play for nobody.
Absolutely.
You
I
can't.
expected, I was like, hey, when I saw that we signed him, I was like, oh, a reclamation project, and maybe he
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
be, KOC will get the most out of him when he does need him. And then released him. I was like, oh, maybe he wasn't that good.
Yeah.
That's
And see
wild.
that they ask me all the time, saying, what you think about Sam Howell? Or what you think about this quarterback for the Vikings? What you think about that? You know what I tell them all the time? I say, I trust KOC. That I'm gonna leave that alone. Because if you haven't seen it, if you haven't been paying attention, look at what's the name that came in from the Giants.
Daniel Jones. Yeah,
Daniel
that
Jones.
small amount of time.
He came in, got a little experience with Kevin O'Connor, and took his truck on the road to the Colts, and look at him.
Yeah, it's like he saw
he resurrected his career.
Like something happened. Whatever he learned from KOC, something changed in his perspective, and he's balling out, man. I'm happy to see what's going on down there, actually.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but KOC is a special kind of. He's a special kind of coach, man, because he always say that systems. He said quarterbacks don't fail systems. No, he said systems don't fail quarterback. No, he said quarterbacks don't fail systems. Systems fail quarterback. And he played the position because he can see in their eyes. He played it.
Mm-hmm.
He was there.
Yeah, and he was there behind the GOAT too. So I feel like that experience, insight to what a dynasty and everything,
and the
adds a factor.
Yeah.
And same with Brian Flores, right? He won his first Super Bowl as a defensive coordinator, I think in his first year with the Patriots, right? So, yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Come to think of it, back in that era, the Patriots used to play from behind in the second half, and they would always kind of like Brady would just kind of do the magical things, and they would bring it back. The defense always kept them in the game, and they just found ways to win. And now that I'm thinking about it, that's what we do now. So I think it's good signs. Mr. Zoe in the house.
I feel like I don't like it I don't like we did last year where we jump on teams and then teams come back. So I kind of like it like this. Oh, what's up there, Drew? What's up, baby? What's up, awesome. Drew? Yeah, one of the Real Sports Podcast members. What's going on, Drew? He like the Ravens.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Right on, man. I love having you guys here.
Yeah.
But no, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, but what was I saying? Hit me on something while I was saying before you came in. What was I saying? I kind of lost train of thought.
Because I had just mentioned how we were playing from behind.
Oh yeah. I kind of like the way we're playing this year. That we just keep the thing close, score close in halftime, and then come out the second half. Because we're a second half team. No shake about it. No shake about it. No matter how you do it first half, we are a second half team. We play better in the second half than we do the first. I don't care if you're a true Viking fan. You've been watching. You see it. We don't play that good the first half. We just do good to stay. But we get that. I don't know. We get some kind of special motivation or adrenaline in the second half, and we play entirely different.
Absolutely.
And I don't like us playing. And another thing, Gold Bar, I don't like. You can play it. Pay attention how we play on grass and we play on turf.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Grass, we play slow on grass. We're slow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's why it takes time us to get up and get into game. But when we play we play at home and on that turf, we're a track team.
Absolutely.
Yeah, which I don't like. I kind of wish we would stayed out. So that was our best element, to stay outside. We messed up when we got a dome. Should have stayed outside the whole time.
You know, it's funny because last year we were a first half team, and struggled in the second half.
But the defense will let them come back. Because, then the offense will play conservative. And then when you start to play conservative, that's part of Kevin O'Connor. He ain't no killer. He ain't gonna try to choke you out. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So once he get a certain lead, he lay back. And once he lay back, then teams start to get close. And that's when we get into those one-score games.
And now he's kind of switched it up to try to be more of a second half team and kind of be in control at the right time to win the game.
Right, but
Absolutely.
we're going to be a second half team. Even like when we was the amazing game we played against the Colts 2 years ago when they was up 33-0.
Oh, it's one of my favorite games ever, man. I was like,
and we came back and made history. Beat them 36-33.
What a heck of a comeback. Drift says, I want B. Flores to be the Ravens head coach next year.
That's not gonna happen. That's Jim Harbaugh's job till he die. You can hang that up. The man got 20 years in the league. That ain't gonna happen.
There you go.
No,
absolutely. Bro. You know what? Have you noticed year to year, Brian Flores, it seems like he's got a base, kind of like a base scheme, but every year he's done something different. Like year one, when we went from like a projected like almost bottom of the barrel defense and he brought us up to like 17 to 15, somewhere around there.
Yeah, 16, 17.
He over relied on the blitz, right? Because he inherited all those players. He didn't have B-flow guys, right? So he kind of figured it out and created a scheme based on the players that he had. Last year was completely different, right? It was a blender from the beginning of the game, and it was about confusion, getting turnovers and getting a big lead and preventing other offenses from starting. And then in the second half, I know I was frustrated with it, and I know a lot of our fans were as well. It's that like in the second half, he kind of went vanilla, wasn't disguising as much, and you know, and he let teams get back into it as well. And then this year, it's different. And I don't know if you caught the interview of Josh Metellus on Nightcap, but I think he talked a little bit about it, how B-Flow is one of the smartest coordinators that he's ever seen, and how he likes to have a base defense, and then he builds his plan for the year based on the personnel that he has. That's why we see such a different aspects to this defense. What are your thoughts on that?
It's true. You hit everything on the nail as far as when Brian Flores came in. We already know that he likes to bring pressure. Yeah, he loves to bring pressure. He want to put your quarterback in a soda can. He want to squeeze him. And so we didn't have that kind of players the first time we came in. So he had to work with what he had. You know, we came off that Ed Donatel defense, bend but don't break. Lord have mercy.
That was
and see, that's another thing. Kevin O'Connell should have fired him mid-season. Why you wait till late on see that the loyalty he had?
Yeah, I love that insight on you, man. I never thought about it like that. Incredible.
Yeah, Kevin O'Connell, man, he's a good guy, but when he just hold on to certain things for too long, that's detrimental to the team, and he just because his heart had loyalty, and it shows up all the time. But anyway, he brought it to what's up there? What's going on, Vocal Vibe?
Vocal Vikings. He's basically our fearless leader in the purple and gold kind of community, our purple and gold content creator group that we got going on. So it's awesome to see him join us in the live.
Oh, okay, all right. And the second year, he was blitzing, but he was able to bring in. Quasey did a good job in free agency bringing in Van Ginkel, Cashman, and Jonathan Grenard. He brought in 3 of the best linebackers in the league. I don't know how he pulled that off. That was amazing free agency that he did. So now he was able to, that second year, you get pressure from Grenard, you got pressure from Van Ginkel that had 12 sacks apiece. You know, so that's 24 sacks. So now you got the players that you need, and then now third year, I'm thinking that he's trying to you got rid of
Harrison Phillips.
Yeah, Harrison Phillips, because you couldn't ignore Redmond talent from what he showed last year and what he's showing in the camp. You cannot keep that kind of talent on the bench. You got to put him in. He's the only one that's good as far as both sides of the ball, both sides, pass rushing and stopping the run. But we're failing in the free agency where Quasey, this falls on Quasey. Quasey went out and got Hargrave and Jonathan Allen, and they're not panning up. We paid too much money for them. It's like $30 million a piece for some old players. They're not doing, you know, they here and there, flashing here. We need somebody to be consistent. And so now we got to patch that up. But that's hurting Brian Flores because he he can't stop the run. It's quite evident. It's going around the team. Atlanta gassed us. Quishon gassed us last week.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bears nearly gassed us. So we have to figure out what we're going to do about that. That's the thing, because if we don't, I mean, all these other players don't mean hell of a beam. We can't stop that run.
Absolutely. Yeah. And what was I going to say? Oh, no, you've hit the nail right on the hit the nail on the head with that one, because that's exactly what we've been saying too. Like that run stop, we really got to figure something out. The Browns were, how many times did they run on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1? I think it was 2 4th and 1s in the red zone. They had zero fear of us stopping that 1 yard run. And that's a problem. And it's like I've been saying, we need to at least elevate to a point where we're serviceable. We're not going to, doesn't have to be top tier, but it has to be good enough so that they have to respect it. And because if he doesn't have that, it's going to put a wrench into Brian Flores' scheme and his ideas and try to make it work,
I think purple balls, I think that if he continues, I really think that Quay's gonna make a move. We're gonna have to make a move. We got to get us a nasty nose tackle out there. I don't know if there's anybody out there. What's gonna probably happen is that if you see some of these teams like the Miami Dolphins and the Carolina Panthers, or these teams 1-4, and they basically tanking. So when they tanking, we know they're gonna be a first round pick. Then they're more subject to give up their good players, so we can go in their money bag, give them something, give them some picks. Get one of their good players. That's what's going to have to happen. I think that's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We need one of those nasty nose tackle with the big round belly like Winnie the Pooh.
old Vince Wilfork kind of guy. There you go. I loved the way that he played football, man.
Yeah, Pat Williams, nasty Pat Williams. We need something like that, man. We got to have that nasty nose tackle.
I love guys that like that look like they just love to eat and just love to bully people around on the field, man. It just, I love that type of football. I'm a little bit old school like that. I like that kind of old school way of dominating in the trenches. So like I know our crew definitely feels the same way. Now you talking a little bit about Kwesi and how he's been able to do some great things in the offseason with free agent pickups. One thing that we've been kind of talking about is his inability to draft good players or whatnot. What do you think, or what are your trains of thought when it comes to that in Cam?
Well, he was a first-time general manager when we first got him, and all his 2022 picks are gone except for Jalen Nailor. I talked to the host about this today. That's sad. And Jalen Nailor gonna be gone too into free agents next year. So all his 22 picks are gone. We don't have nothing to build on. That's sad. His drafting is not looking good. It's not looking good. And then what put a mark on this when he went in free agency and got Jonathan Hargrave, and he got Jonathan Allen, and they're not producing. You paid $60 million for these two players. We're not getting no best bang for our buck. That's a bad blemish added to your 2002 draft. So you look at the Wills looking at when these owners spill money, and when they bring players in, they want results, man.
Absolutely.
And that's up to you as the general manager to get the right players in here so we can have these positive results. But you failed in 2022. You absolutely just dropped the bomb on that. That draft was just hard. It's gone.
With Hargrave and Allen, I've seen people saying stuff like, yeah, but they've been doing good and setting up the other guys. That's why Dallas Turner's getting some looks. That's why Redmond's playing so good. But I'm just like, bro, $60 million for setup guys? No, that's not their job. They need to perform. It doesn't make any sense to me. I agree with you.
Yeah. At these, and you look at it like, okay, see, that's a bad blemish on his resume when it comes to the Vikings. Because just think about it. You just mentioned it, and y'all been talking about it. The 2022 draft decimated. Gone. You know what I'm saying? So now you trying to make up for it. And so we was put in position where we had to draft a quarterback, and I think you hit home on that. Then you moved up and got Turner. That went home. But then again, he hits and miss. We don't need you to hit and miss. We
Very
need you
spotty.
to be spot on. And
Mhm.
you can't miss in 2022 draft. And then you hit with JJ McCarthy. And then you turn around and you miss in free agency. We can't have that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? We can't have that. And you got to be the general manager like Heisey Roseman for the Eagles. That man know how to bring in some players now.
Yeah. And then we let go of guys like Cam Bynum, and then Hitman Harry is definitely or dealing with a mysterious illness and stuff like that. Man, having Cam Bynum this year would have been really nice with Hitman on the sidelines. You know what I mean? So it's spotty. You know, sometimes he's a hit and miss kind of guy. Like
Yeah.
last year, like you said, it was awesome with Van Ginkel and
Yeah, he was all in that
Cashman,
free.
right?
Yeah, he was all in that
But
free agent.
but
Yeah.
now they're injured and stuff like that. So like, you know what I mean? Like we need that the draft game needs to get dialed up a notch or two so that we can bring in some of the guys. I know D Wood's definitely been one of our core guys has been definitely harping on that because we need to build through the draft as much as we possible. We need to develop those guys because we can't rely on free agency. Even though he does really good in free agency, it just can't be the primary source. For us going forward, or else we're going to end up in these situations that we are right now, right? All
Right.
these injuries and guys not panning out, right?
Right.
Like I totally agree. Um, and then yeah, I think maybe we can finish off. Or what do you think going into the Eagles games? Any thoughts? What are your just preliminary thoughts on that coming up?
Oh man, that's my brother's team, and I got to beat him because I hear his mouth all year long. That's number one and foremost.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big talker. The Eagles, the Eagles this year. I picked Denver last week to beat them because I knew Denver was going to give them a challenge with that defense that they had. And Bo Nix, if he came and he played the way he's supposed to play with the receivers or whatever, and the nice run game they had, they got an excellent run game. The Eagles are not the same Eagles that they won with last year. A lot of players left, went into free agency. A lot of them went and got the bag. They got paid.
Mm-hmm.
The defense is not as good as it was last year. The offense is not clicking on all cylinders. You cannot give Saquon Barkley 6 catches and 6 carries and expect to win a game. That's but your reason why you do that because you don't want to hear AJ Brown's mouth.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Brown's a talker, and AJ Brown wants that ball. But AJ Brown got to realize you're not no Randy Moss or you're not Chase. You're not none one of those two receivers.
Uh-huh.
You're a big boy. You can move some chains, but you're not that dominant. You're just not. I mean, but he wants to be that dominant. So he has to be. He's in JJ Hurst's ear all the time. It's kind of frustrating the offense. They have to give starting maybe this week. They have to give Saquon Barkley more carries. I think that offensive line is not what it used to be, and so I think they got some injuries on them. So, but when we come in and come to the Metrodome. It's gonna be loud. It's gonna be loud, and but Hurst, he's a veteran, and that's gonna be a tough game for us. But I think we can win that game, and I think we can win that game. But if we just got to be number one, just like we did when we played Cincinnati. How we got gashed against the run with Atlanta, we was not gonna let that get off. We're not going to let that run get off. And we got to get back to that, man. We got to stop the run first.
Absolutely.
Especially with those that was with Philly. And if we stop the run first, then we can hang with the world champions. And then at the end we beat them, but we got to stop the run all day long. If they gas with the run. But it depends on what Brian Flores come up with to stop that run.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying we might stop them, but keep them up on 100, keep them at 70, keep them at 80. You know what I'm saying? Make them get them tough yards. You got to fight for them. Every yard is a fight. Every time he turned around, he grabbed the ball. It was just 2 or 3 purple jerseys on him. I mean, we got the corral, man. We got to stop that run, man. We got to stop because that's what they're gonna build off for. To go with the run first, and so we'll have a lot of players back, Cashman back, and he'll be the green dot. That defense will play a whole lot different with Cashman in there. But I would prefer that they bench
Pace.
I prefer that bench Pace and put Wilson in there. If I see Pace back in there, I'm gonna shake my head.
Man, Wilson for what he's been able to do since Cashman went out, and he's come up with some big plays. He's come up with some turnovers.
He's a playmaker of goal balls. He's a playmaker. That's what it is. He's a player. That man make plays. Whether he does that on special teams, he makes plays, man. And that was a good pickup. Bringing them back from out of Green Bay. But he played for us one time, and he went to Green Bay and other teams or whatever. So we got him in free agency, 1-year contract. I think you need to keep him again next year. Sign for another. Don't let him get out that door. Keep him again. He's a special player. But I think that we're gonna have a tough schedule, man. Then after that, we ain't gonna get no rest. We got to fly to San Diego, shout out to SoFi Stadium and play the Chargers and play Harbaugh. So it's another team that plays hard and this. But they lost a couple offensive linemen and Harbaugh ain't looking that good, man. Yeah, he was looking good for the first 2 games, but they done lost 2 in a row.
Yeah, it's quite the surprise, Like, what are your thoughts? Were you on the train of when Harbaugh came in to interview? Did you want him as a head coach, or what were your thoughts then?
I like Harbaugh. I like this toughness and everything, but the problem that kept us from getting him, he was another Mike Zimmer, and the Wills wasn't trying to hear that. They just when you leave a quarterback like that, and another quarterback come in, that's not the culture that they wanted. I think they should have stuck with it. To me, he would have made them tougher. Harbaugh get the best out of their players. He would have made them tougher. He's a no-nonsense quarterback. But the KOC hire, you got smartness. You got people that once they believe in the system know that it works. But only thing that got Harbaugh from the interviews, and Harbaugh has his chip. His resume tight. He was a winner at Stanford. He was a winner at Michigan. He was a winner in the 49ers organization. Took him to the Super Bowl. So he has a right for his chest to stick out. He's cocky.
Oh, he's a great coach. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's a great coach, but he's cocky with it. So the Wills didn't want that. They didn't want that, man. So that's why they got him up out of there. He wanted that job bad.
Yeah.
He didn't want no other job but the Minnesota Vikings.
And then he went back to college and won himself a title. And it was like, oh, the Chargers, that's a good second spot.
Yeah, so he went back to college, got a title, and J.J. McCarthy and everything. And, to prove that the man know what he's doing, man.
For sure.
The man know what he's doing, bro.
What he's done.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that kind of brings us, I think that we went through all the questions that I had prepared. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about before we start wrapping up?
I want to appreciate you inviting me, Gold Balls, onto the podcast tonight. I hope I'll be invited to other future endeavors.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate the live chat. All you Viking fans come in. I love y'all. If y'all true Viking fans, the Q-Dog say, hold on, baby. Hold on. I'm telling you to hold on. Don't give up yet. Don't grab your parachute yet, baby. Stay on the flight. Don't jump overboard on me. I know it look grim, but hey, there's a light at the end of the rainbow, baby, and we're gonna make it. I promise you that. Remember the Q-Dog told you that, baby. Have your faith. Don't worry about it. We're gonna make it together, baby. We're gonna make it, but we're gonna be a tough team. We're gonna persevere. And I just want to say thank you for coming on to the Real to Sports podcast. That's the podcast that raised me from a baby. And I really appreciate you coming on, and look for you to come on Saturday and chat with the guys and have fun with us. And just thank you, man. And I really appreciate y'all. And I got my little friend right here. I like the way he look. He keep that scowl on his face. Take that light. See how he look right there. That's how you Viking fans need to look. J.J. McCarthy when you go in the game. Yes, sir, baby. It's gonna be like that, and we're gonna make it. We're gonna say Skol Viking. I got my horn. I'm gonna sound it for you like I do on the podcast, and we're gonna get things together. And after bye, we're gonna make it, baby. We're gonna start getting on the road, a championship road. Let's sound the gala horn. Woo!
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Let's go,
Let's
baby. Let's
go.
go. Yes, sir, baby. Yes, sir. Let's go, baby. Yes,
I
man.
love
I
it, Q
love
Dog.
y'all, man. Thank y'all for letting me on, man. I think y'all appreciate that, man.
Hey man,
Really do.
man, no, thank you for coming on. I really love the way that you talk football. Love the way that you guys over there at the Real Two Sports talk football. Man, your insights. Yeah, I'm my brain's been kind of like, man, I got to rethink some of these things that I've been thinking about after you kind of, put it on me today. So thank you so much. The link is there at the bottom. It's been scrolling, guys. Head over to Real Two Sports Podcast 672. If you put that at the end after YouTube there on the /, head out there and let me see. Maybe I still have it. Oh, you know what? Look at that. I do still have it copied. There we go. So I got that in the chat there for you guys. And yeah, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. I'm hoping to try to get there by the end of the calendar year. And I'm telling you, head over to Real Two Sports. Come check us out on Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern this week. We're going to be talking football, chopping it up with the boys over there. They got a whole bunch of different creators and commentaries from different teams. Man, just a bunch of great guys over there. I'm telling you. So you guys you won't be disappointed if you subscribe over
We
there
won't.
and
Yes,
come
sir.
check us out next Saturday. And yeah, and then other than that, thank you so much for everybody's support and for hanging out and being so awesome in the chat and letting that keep going and giving us your thoughts as well. Q Dog, I'm so humbled and blessed that you joined us here. It was really refreshing to hear your point of view, and you speak football, man. Like you are a real Vikings fan, a true Vikings fan. You've been there a long time,
Yes,
and
sir.
you can just
1989,
tell. You
baby.
can tell by the passion that you speak, man, and
Yeah.
that's why
Yes,
I
sir.
was so excited to have you on the pod today and on the show. So, any other questions before we go? If we got anything in the chat, yes, host for sure. Sports does bring us together, and I love. I always want to try to bring that positivity. That's kind of like my main goal, trying to give you guys a little
Yes.
bit opposite of like the constant negativity that we see on like X or the regular sports talk shows. So yeah, thank you so much for hanging out, guys. If you guys got any last questions or comments, now is the time to drop them. And yeah, I hope to see you guys over at the Real Two Sports this Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern. A bunch of great guys. They talk. They got great roundtable discussions. They have debates. They have expert analysis. They got just a ton of great guys from different teams. You will not regret
Yeah.
subscribing over there, guys.
Predictions too. Predictions too. That brother.
Predictions. Yeah, they
Mm-hmm.
got weekly picks. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Great stuff over there, guys. And yeah, we'll leave it at that. And thank you so much. Wow, we've been going for an hour and 23 minutes. That's freaking awesome. I love it. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Q Dog, and thank you everybody in the chat. You guys have a wonderful evening. Take care.
All right. Take care.